returns for us at last. We are but a moment's sunlight fading in the grass. Come on, people now, smell and brother, everybody get together, try to love one another right now. If you hear the song I sing, you will understand. You hold the key to love and fear in your trembling hand. Just one key unlocks the door, it's there at your command. Come on, people now, smell and brother, everybody get together, try to love one another right now. Come on, people now, smell on your brother, everybody get together, try to love one another right now, right now, right now. Wherever you go, wherever you may wander in your life, surely you know I always want to be there, holding your hand and standing by to catch you when you fall, seeing you through in everything you do. Let me be there in your morning, let me be there in your night. Let me change whatever's wrong and make it right. Let me take you through that wonderland that only two can share. All I ask you is let me be there. Watching you grow and going through the changes in your life, that's how I know I always want to be there. Whenever you feel you need a friend to lean on, here I am. Whenever you call, you know I'll be there. Let me be there in your morning, let me be there in your night. Let me change whatever's wrong and make it right. Let me take you through that wonderland that only two can share. All I ask you is let me be there. All I ask you is let me be there. Something to tell you, a story of our time, a tragic but inspiring tale of manhood in its prime. You know you had courage, let no one tear to shed. Feel no sorrow, not grief, would not want you to. There's one more angel in heaven, there's one more star in the sky. Joseph will never forget you. It's tough, but we're gonna get by. There's one there last place at the table. There's one more tear in my eye. But Joseph, the thing that you stood for, like love and peace never die. There's one more angel in heaven. There's one more star in the sky. Joseph will never forget you. It's tough, but we're gonna get by. There's one last place at the table, one more tear in my eye. But Joseph, the things that you stood for, like truth and light, never die. I close my eyes, draw back the curtain to see for certain what I thought I knew. Far, far away, someone is weeping, but the world was sleeping. Any dream will do. I wore my coat with golden lining, bright colors shining, wonderful and new. And in the east, the dawn was breaking, the world was waking. Any dream will do. Dream is too. The world and I, we are still waiting, still hesitating. Any dream will do. Any dream will do. Think of me fondly when we've said goodbye. Remember me every so often. Promise me you'll try on that day, that momentous day, and you were far away and free. If you ever find a moment, spare a thought for me. And though it's clear, though it was always clear that this was never meant to be, if you happen to remember, stop and think of me. I have a dream, a song to sing, to help me cope with anything. If you see the wonder of a fairy tale, you can take the future, even if you fail. I believe in angels, something good in everything I see. I believe in angels. When I know the time is right for me, I'll cross the stream. I have a dream. I have a dream, a fantasy to help me through reality, and my destination, make it worth a while, pushing through the darkness, still another mile.
Ladies and gentlemen, in theater, we are always given a 5-minute warning when things are about to start soon. So, we got a little feedback, Dave? So what I'd like you to do is, for those of you can, grab your popcorn and your candy in the back corner and have a seat. For the 5,000 other people, grab your popcorn and candy. You can start to fill up the wall here a little bit. Don't push too hard. We don't want the roof to come down. But if you can, thanks very much for your patience, and we'll start shortly. Last minute information is being given by the stage director right now. The curtain will open shortly. Would you please stand? You may be seated. And for those of you, lean against the wall. I'd like to thank June Reed for honoring Tyler by sharing her wonderful musical talents prior to the start of the service. Thank you, June. We gather here today as Tyler's family and friends to share our love, understanding, support together as we mourn the loss of Tyler Johnson and celebrate his life. We're also joined by those on our live feeds who I know send their good thoughts and prayers to you in this time of need. There are definitely no words to describe what you're feeling at this time, and no comfort that can be given to take away the pain of losing a loved one. Each of our pain is different, so we must allow each other to grieve in our own way. During this time of reflection, don't be afraid to laugh, and don't be afraid to cry. This is a safe place for all of us to grieve and honor Tyler's memory. That memory is ever present, because Tyler is present with us today, at his request. Apparently, Tyler told his mom a couple weeks ago if things didn't work out, he wanted to be here at his service today because he said, "I'm kind of a big deal." Tyler is kind of a big deal because he was loved by many, and everyone who came in contact with him would agree that he was truly unforgettable. Just look around. There's no place to park. There's no place to sit. Heck, it's a hard place to stand. He definitely was loved. And it would be impossible to describe him in a word or two. In fact, his family didn't just use one word to describe him, because they wrote this: to know Tyler was to know joy. He was hilarious, stubborn, opinionated, and utterly unforgettable. A born storyteller with the gift of finding humor in everything and for keeping it going longer past the punchline. His larger-than-life personality commanded attention, but his kindness and generosity and loyalty made people stay. Helpful was an understatement. Tyler was the first to lend a hand, offer a ride, bake something sweet, or brighten your day with a perfectly timed joke. As you think of this description, I'd like to share a quote from Robert Louis Stevenson, which hopefully builds on what the family did to describe Tyler, and I think this could easily apply to Tyler as well. And it goes, "A man is a success who has lived well, laughed often, and loved much, who has gained the respect of intelligent men and the love of children, who has filled his niche and accomplished his task, who leaves the world a better place than he found it, whether it was by an improved poppy, a perfect poem, or a rescued soul, who never lacked appreciation of earth's beauty or failed to express it, who looked for the best in others and gave the best he had." The world was a better place because Tyler was in it. He always gave his best. He loved with his whole heart. As you think about this quote, it's not hard for us to believe that Tyler truly was a successful man. And through the tributes, ones we've shared already, and the others coming up, we'll solidify this belief. Tyler Johnson, also known as Bam Bam, T-Bone, Tie-Dye, Tie Guy, Mr. T, or just Johnson, came into the world in April of 1989, just a few days after his brother's birthdays, and 3 years after them. Growing up, Tyler participated in the Rotary Music Festival, and he thrived in the creative classes like English and drama. And being diagnosed with Crohn's and colitis at the age of 12 did not slow Tyler down. He became an advisory council member of the Southern Alberta Child and Youth Health Network, and Tyler's involvement with that group helped the planning and development of the Alberta Children's Hospital. Tyler was instrumental in the development of the animal room, as well as other aspects of the Children's Hospital. Now, I mentioned earlier that it's difficult to describe Tyler in one or two words, and his family had to use many words to come close to Tyler's essence. Building on that, I'd like to call upon family friend Greg Fody to share further insight into Tyler Johnson with a few more words.
Thank you, Dave. I am indeed humbled and honored to be here. This one will be a little hard for me, and especially for you, Reen. Dave, we haven't seen each other in probably 40 years, and it's amazing. Now, those of you that don't know me, my name is Greg, and I was born and raised in Medicine Hat, and I met Lorena in junior high, and we started hanging around together, partying together, and having relationships with others and boyfriends, girlfriends, and we became, I think, what I would call kindred spirits. And Lorena is the type of friend that no matter how much space in between phone calls or in between visits, we can phone each other or see each other if it's a year or two down the road, and it takes us 10 minutes, and we're back in that instant friendship. Now, I've known Jared, Jason, and Tyler their whole lives, ever since they were wee babes, and I love them dearly. And we are here today to celebrate our precious Tyler. I had the privilege my whole life of these three boys calling me Uncle Greg. And I know that there's other people that were called Uncle Greg, and not just you, Ernie, not just you. By a show of hands, who else have the boys called Uncle Greg or Aunt so-and-so? Hands up high. There you go. There's many of us. Corey? And so Corey was in our trio, shall we say, and we've kind of stuck together. I think unbeknownst to her husband, at most times. I've been to their place many times, and he's never been there because he was working all the time. So I think we finally met for the first time today. It's kind of weird. As I pondered what I might say, we found out Sunday evening, Jay put a post out on Facebook. We were in BC having a little holiday, and gosh, I didn't get much sleep that night. So I started to think about what I might say. And all through the week, I got impressions. And one of the things that stuck out to me was words. Words. And I didn't quite understand why. And I hope as I go through this and finish, it'll make sense as to why I got those impressions. Tyler loved words. He, like his mom, can spew out words a mile a minute. And I don't know of anybody that can speak more than these two, that's for sure. But he knew words can inspire us, uplift us, and call us to action. And I'm sure that's why he loved acting and directing in plays so much, because it's all about words and how you use them. Yehuda Berg, a American author, said this about words. Words have energy and power with the ability to help, to heal, to hinder, to hurt, to harm, to humiliate, and to humble. So I'm going to use some descriptive words today about Tyler with you, and I'll share some anecdotal stories along with these words. And I want you to all think about the words that are used. I know that each and every one of you has many, many stories about Tyler. And I'm looking at it through a very, very small perspective. Think of Tyler as a diamond, and he has many facets. And I'm looking through one little window pane, one little facet. And you guys have all stories. So how many people are here?
There's probably about 500.
500 people. I venture to guess we have thousands of stories of Tyler. And what I want you to do today and tomorrow and the next day and the days, weeks, and months ahead, I want you to share those stories about Tyler, and especially share them with Lorena and Jason and Jarrett and the rest of their family. It will help. My first word is sweet. Now, I recall vividly when Tyler was a small child and a little boy. He was cute and cuddly. He was like a little teddy bear. You just wanted to pick him up and grab him. He was always smiling. He was always happy. And he just wanted to please. He had such a sweet disposition about him. And Tyler has carried that sweet, innocent boy disposition with him his whole life. Lorena showed me a recent picture of Tyler and his nephew Blake when he was at the hospital. And you can see the sweetness in Tyler as he's paying attention to his nephew Blake. And that's something that I recognized immediately. Jarrett shared a story in Tyler's last stay in the hospital. And Jarrett and Blake went up to visit Tyler. And he said, it was the weirdest thing, Uncle Greg. He said, Tyler had a baggie full of medical supplies. And there was gauze and tape and syringes and all kinds of things in there. And as soon as Blake got there, he opened it up and he said, look at this, Blake. He He says, you can take this syringe and we can fill it with red food coloring, and it can be like blood coming out of the syringe. And he was planning to help him with his Halloween costume. And that was Tyler. Even though he was sick, very sick, he was still concerned about his nephew and how he loved him. Lorena told me a story when he was 3 years old. His brothers, Jarrett and Jason, were being picked up by a school bus one Sunday morning to go to church. And Tyler was sitting on the doorstep, and as the bus driver came up, he was so sad that he couldn't go with his older brothers who he admired so much. And the bus driver came up and he says, "Why can't I go with my brothers to church?" Well, the bus driver just melted. And he went and he asked Lorena if it would be okay if he had her permission to take Tyler. And the rule was you had to be 6 years old to get on the bus, and Tyler was only 3. He got on that bus. That's sweet. My second word is brother. Tyler loved and looked up to his older brothers. He watched them with great eagerness, loved them, and wanted to be like them. I remember going over to Clint and Lorena's place at Christmas time, and we were playing games and hanging out. And the boys, the older boys, Jarrett and Jason, do you guys remember this? They knocked the Christmas tree over 5 times while we were there. Yeah, all Jarrett, yeah. These guys fought like cats and dogs. And they were rolling around and hitting each other. And when it got real serious, Jason would bite Jarrett. And that was quite the Christmas, that's for sure. All the time, Tyler just sat there and just watched his older brothers and stayed out of the melee. Now, Jarrett told me a story when they were being babysat. And they had a babysitter come over, and she brought her boyfriend. And they wanted to watch Pet Sematary. And so anyways, they ended up watching it. And Pet Sematary was probably even a little too scary for you two. But for Tyler, it was way too scary. And so they watched it. And the funny part of the story is the boys realized they had their rooms in the basement. And Tyler's room was upstairs. And they realized that they had a common air vent that went from their bedroom up to Tyler's. So guess what these rascals did? Ooh, Pet Sematary, Pet Sematary. And of course, Tyler was, freaking out, and these guys loved it. And that goes along with one more story that Clint shared with me. Clint says when Tyler was a teenager, he said he was always in the bathroom a long time, as teenagers are, and then he would get in front of the mirror, and he would be buck naked, and he'd be singing like crazy. That's Tyler. And so Clint thought he's going to go in there, and he's going to scare him. And so he went in there, he stuck his hand in, and he grabbed Tyler by the buttocks. And I guess Tyler screamed, "Blue murder." He thought he was going to die. And so I said to Clint, I says, "Well, how did he react?" He says, "Well, after he finished screaming, he says, we just laughed like crazy." And Clint told me that story first. That's how that occurred. And Clint says, "I don't know why he was always so easily scarable." Well, we know why, don't we, boys? Now, oh gosh, this is a great story. Okay, so the twins. It's always the twins. Tyler found the Halloween candy. So it must have been around this time of year. He found it in their house, and they waited till Reen went to sleep. And they went and grabbed that Halloween candy, and they sat down in front of the TV and they played video games. And there was candy wrappers everywhere. Reen got up, heard a noise, went and seen, and there the boys were. And of course, Reen yelled at him and said, "Get the heck to bed." And away they went. And so Reen took the candy and stashed it in a different place. Well, Tyler, being the resident sleuth of the group, he went and he found it. But he didn't want to retrieve it himself. So what did he do? He got Tyler to go and retrieve it. Because Tyler, he said, was the baby of the family, the chosen one, and he wouldn't get near as much trouble. And so away they went, and they had more candy. So I imagine you had to buy more candy that year. No. Now, the three brothers have always been able to maintain a great closeness with each other. Lorena says of her boys, they played hard, they fought hard, and they loved hard. Indeed, that's the truth. The story of the three amigos and these three musketeers will live on in infamy. The next couple of words, respectful and kind. Now, Tyler loved his grandparents, Frank and Betty, dearly, and he spent a great deal of time with them. And if you knew Frank and Betty, you knew that they were God-fearing people, and they were salt-of-the-earth type people. They loved their family and friends, and both did a lifetime of charity. Betty volunteered for, I think, over 20 years at the Post, and Frank drove a church bus and special needs bus for years. And these are just some of the things that they did. But when they got to a point in their lives when they started to need help, they were getting old, Tyler was always the first one there. He was the first one there to help them, make them a meal, bake for them. He would decorate their house at Halloween, decorate their house at Christmas. And he was a great, great, kind, and respectful grandson. He learned a great deal for them. He learned happiness, humility, selflessness, and a good work ethic, to name but a few. There's one funny story about Betty. When Betty died, Tyler and Lorena went in to view Betty before the funeral. And Betty had on pink lipstick. And Tyler said, "Who the heck put pink lipstick on Betty?" He says, "Everyone knows a redhead cannot have pink lipstick." And so he went and grabbed a Kleenex, he wetted it, he cleaned off her lips, and he says, "Who's got burnt orange lipstick?" Somebody had it, I don't know who did, and he went and put burnt orange lipstick on her, and she looked fantastic. My next word is passionate. Whatever Tyler was doing, whether it be work, a hobby, cooking, acting, or directing plays, or talking with you, whatever he was into, he was all in. Nothing was more evident than his first visit to New York with his high school. He found his niche, his love, and his true passion. The song New York, New York was originally written by John Kander and Fred Ebb for the 1977 Martin Scorsese film of the same name. Liza Minnelli was the first to perform it. The first three lines read, "Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. I want to be part of it. New York, New York." Tyler loved that whole experience. He went there at least 10 times and has seen over 50 Broadway plays. When he spoke of it, he exuded enthusiasm and joy. And as your program reads, it was his happy place. He truly wanted to be a part of it, and Tyler truly exuded passion. Now, Jason shared a story, well, many stories actually. Some of them are way too long. One involved the toilet and shutting down the Statue of Liberty. So, if you want to hear that one, it's long, talk to Jason, sorry. They've all heard it. Amazing. I think he's the only Canadian that probably has a reputation for shutting down the Statue of Liberty. So, we have a little shorter story. And this is when the two of them joined together in directing and producing a play. And I believe it was Next to Normal, is that correct? So Tyler was directing and Jason was producing. And they were having some creative differences, shall we say, over the play. And so Tyler was heading to Yorkton, Saskatchewan to visit relatives. And they were on the phone with each other. And how far of a drive is that? 7 hours. Tyler said that they argued and fought and hung up on each other probably 30 times during that conversation. And so after that, they agreed to stay in their respective lanes in future project endeavors. And things went a whole lot better after that. And I guess that's where the word stubborn and opinionated came from in his obituary, eh, Jason? Just a little bit. My next word is son. Now, it's no big secret. Tyler's a chip off the old block when it comes to his mother. They are amazingly alike in a myriad of ways. Tyler was a great people person, just like his mom. They both have an uncanny ability to know a myriad of people and everything about them. And if they don't know you, give them 5 minutes, and they will know everything about you and who you know and everything about them as well. Now, these similarities drove Tyler nuts. Now, Lorena told me a story. On Tyler's 30th birthday, they went again back to New York. And they rented separate rooms, adjoining, of course. And the first morning they got up, and they both went out of their rooms, and they were wearing the exact same colors. And of course, Tyler was like, no, this ain't happening. Somebody's got to change. And so, was it you that changed, Reen? Yeah. So anyways, they go out, and wherever they went to restaurants, theater, wherever they went, the attendants would say, or the waiter would say, oh, well, where do you and your lovely wife like to sit? Well, yeah. Tyler, he said, that's not my wife, that's my mother. So, on Tyler's first trip to New York with his high school class, he seen a couple in Times Square, and they had Calgary Stampeders hats on. And so naturally, he went up and talked to them. And they had a great conversation, and yes, they were from Calgary. And they parted ways. And it was later on in the afternoon, was it, Rain?
About
half an hour after. The wife comes back up to Tyler, and he says, are you any relation to Lorena Hagemeister? And Tyler says, why? And she said, well, you sound just like Lorena. So Tyler was flabbergasted. He couldn't believe that in a city of 10 million people in a different country, somebody knew Lorena. He couldn't get out from his mother's shadow. Tyler loved his mom dearly. Lorena told me a recent story, of Tyler phoning her. And I guess this happened a few times. Just before her shift, when she was done at the hospital, he'd phone her just before midnight. And he said to her, Mom, do you mind if you pick me up and you take me out for a Slurpee? And Lorena said, I'll be there in 5. And so went and grabbed Tyler. And they went out and they hit the 7-Eleven downtown. And so Tyler went into the 7-Eleven and he was getting some Slurpees for them. And when he came out, there was this down on his luck gentleman was talking to Reen. The window was rolled down. And so Tyler's like, what the heck? He goes up to him and he says, what are you doing? And the guy says, whoa, hold on. I'm trying to sell this broad a picture. And Tyler's like, that's not a broad. That's my mother. So Tyler grabbed the picture. He looked at it. He gave him some cash. And he sternly said to him, remember, when you're talking to other ladies, you're talking to someone else's mothers. So Tyler and Reen share a great many similarities. Compassion, charity, and love for their fellow man and neighbor are but a few. Forgiveness. A while back, I found out that one of our family members had done serious injustice to Tyler, and I didn't know about it. And when I found out about it, this was years after the fact, I went immediately, took my lovely wife Marianne, and we drove to Medicine Hat. And I went and visited Tyler, and I apologized for what had happened. It was under my watch. And as we sat at the table, and as I wept, Tyler instantly forgave me and the perpetrator. And he had such a big and kind heart. And I'll never forget that. And I want to talk a little bit about Tyler's illness. If any of you have lived with chronic pain, it's a hard thing. And Tyler did that very well for most of his life. But I think at the end, it was a little tough for him. It was overwhelming. And when you deal with pain, it does things to your mind. It does things to your mental health. And I think there may have been instances where Tyler may have been a little rude, a little curt. I know Reen has asked me to address this. And I hope, brothers and sisters, that all of you can be like Tyler and instantly forgive him for any trespasses that he had done upon you. My last word is creative. I mentioned to you at the beginning of my talk that the idea of words kept coming up in my mind in regards to Tyler. So, on my birthday, May 24th, Reen always phones me, never fails. And as she was talking to me, Tyler was there. And so we chatted and we talked for, it was a shorter conversation, maybe only about 45 minutes. That's a short one when you're dealing with Reen. And Tyler, just before we hung up, he said, Uncle Greg, he says, I've wrote a new song. And I was wondering if you could listen to it and tell me your opinion. And I said, fantastic, shoot it to me. I'd love to hear it. And I didn't do that. And I'm normally really good. I'm a type A personality, and I get things done. And I kept thinking about it as the months went on. And yesterday at noon, I listened to the song. And it's entitled, Our Last Dimes. And I'll play you the first verse. I don't want to do the whole thing. Oh, I got to find Tyler's text. Here it is. All right, here we go.
In a world where words are coins, spent like change at the corner store, every syllable has its price, making us think before we pour. But we live in careless times, throwing words like they're free, never counting the cost of what we say so thoughtlessly. If our words were our last dimes, would we spend them on hate or love? Would we choose our battles wiser, or stay silent when push comes to shove?
There's 3 more verses to that. It's a song about words. And you can call it coincidence. You can call it an opportunity to maybe I should have bought a lottery ticket. But I think Tyler wanted me to talk about words today. And when I heard the song, I bawled my face off. Family and friends, we will all miss Tyler in this mortal existence. We will miss his sweet disposition, the good brother, uncle, cousin, nephew, and friend that he has been. We will miss the respect and kindness he shared, his passion and his great creativity, and the wonderful son that he has been to Lorena, Chuck, and Clint. Like the ending of his song, it says, "Our last dime reads, may we spend our words like precious gold, invest in kindness, hope, and care. For in the currency of human hearts, our words are the fortune we share. In the end, we'll be remembered not for the wealth in our hands, but for the worth of our words and how we lifted each other up." It's been a privilege to speak to you today about Tyler. I love Tyler. And I know, Reed, you did. It's going to be a tough time. I want to solicit you boys. Tyler's gone. You're going to have to pick up that slack that he spent with his mom. Ernie, Chuck, Clint, I'll do my part. Let's all support and sustain her through this. And I extend that out to each and every one of you. And I leave you with this.
Thank you so much, Greg. Wonderful words. As mentioned, Tyler was close to his family, especially his mom. And this goes back years. When Tyler was about 13 years old, he was babysitting, and every Sunday he'd request and want to go to the mall, religiously go to the mall. This went on for months. And then one day, Tyler went up to his mom, he gave her a ring, and asked her to marry him. Apparently, Tyler had been saving his babysitting money, and he was going to the mall every week because he convinced Mr. Wright from Wright's Jewelry at the mall to accept payments on the family ring that Tyler picked out for his mom. So, That's just how he was. Tyler, when he made up his mind about something, he was all in. Like when Tyler set his sights on another woman that he loved, the love of his life. Tyler got Jim Deuce to come and interview Tyler about why Tyler should be selected as Reba McEntire's #1 fan. They sent that submission down to Nashville, and I guess he did all right because actually, of all the thousands and thousands of entries, he came in number 3. He came in 3rd place. So that's pretty darn good. Reba and her music was something that Tyler loved. And we know that music was really important to Tyler. In fact, Tyler's dad, Clint, said that he thought of Tyler as a singing lawyer. Because Tyler was always singing, and Tyler was always right. Tyler was motivated by music, on stage, off stage, in the shower, driving down the road, walking down the hall at the hospital, or even in conversation with others. Because every single one of you in here has had Tyler start to talk to you and finish with song. Tyler was always in theater mode. His participation in the Rotary Music Festival started to develop Tyler's love of being on stage, but he truly found his calling at Medicine High School in the theater program after being a part of Jack and the Beanstalk and, of course, Les Mis. Personally, I was lucky to be on stage with Tyler in the show Assassins and then be directed by him in another show called Sister Act. But these are only 2 shows, a drop in the bucket of all the shows that Tyler was involved in over the years with Metasnap Musical Theatre and other companies. Tyler took on many roles as an actor, a director, or being part of the crew in lots of different areas over the years. Tyler has been listed in many programs, and thank you to Jason for developing this program. This is Tyler's own special playbill for today's service. It's also wonderful to note that the playbill actually lists what will take place today, unlike the Next to Normal program, which didn't list any of the songs or what was going to happen in any of the acts. Sorry, too soon, Jason? Remember those hiccups about, stay in your own lane? Next to Normal was Tyler's first show that he directed, and the next one that he was going to direct was the show Beautiful, the Carole King musical, in the spring of 2026. And the family wanted to say thank you to Lynn Weisgerber and Ray Wall for taking over the reins of that show. Appreciate it. It's much appreciated. But into the show that's on stage right now, it's called the Rocky Horror Show. Guess what? You're going to find Tyler's name in the program. He's listed as the front of house lead. And he did all of that, organizing and planning from his hospital bed. One last hurrah with Metasnap Musical Theatre. To honor his involvement with Metasnap Musical Theatre, I'd like to call on a few of their members and friends to come forward and share a tribute to Tyler. And I'll have you come over here. Thank you so much for that wonderful musical tribute. Some of the people that were up here and participated are friends of Tyler's that actually shared in the love of New York. In fact, some of them were introduced to New York because of Tyler. And he actually slept with a lot of them. Was that inappropriate? Anybody that slept with Tyler will understand what I meant about that. We know that Tyler loved his creative designs and doing things like that. In 2019, when Tyler moved into his duplex, he actually convinced Jarrett to help him convert his place into a New York shrine, complete with a New York skyline painted by Painter Girl. I know you tried to talk him out of it, but he said, I don't know how long, and I want to be comfortable. I want what I want, and I want it now. That's what it was. You mentioned this already. Tyler was always trying to put on a positive and brave face, and he dealt with his health and masking his pain. It's a testament to Tyler's strength. I'd like to mention it again because he did put people first, almost all of the time. In the past few years, there was a strain that would overwhelm him from time to time, and Tyler may have inadvertently lashed out at those he loved. But this lapse in Tyler's character was tough to see because it's not what defined him. We will continue to remember the man who was a success as measured by Robert Louis Stevenson, because he was a man that has lived well, laughed often, and loved much. Tyler was an amazing boss when he was in the hospitality industry. He was a wonderful teacher as an educational assistant with the Medicine Public School Division, and he was an inspiring soul when he was at the hospital and with Canadian Mental Health. Tyler truly was a successful man. And if you don't believe that, look around, because I've never seen this chapel so full. He was success. As we turn our attention to the screen above, you'll not only experience a slideshow that was created by his brother Jason with the help of the family, but you'll also experience a precious video that was recorded and is cherished by Auntie Val when they were returning from Crooked Lake with Tyler at the wheel. The songs that accompany the special images are Tyler's, ones that Tyler loved. And of course, there's one included by the love of his life, Reba McEntire. Just letting you know. So have a look up here.
when your troubles knock you down, pick yourself up off the ground and walk on, walk on. Nothing ever stays wrong that long. Walk on, walk on. Don't just stand there in the storm. Walk toward the light till you find the sun. You'll be better off in the long run and walk on. But it's a heartache when love comes to an end. But even though your heart breaks, you know it's gonna mend. Keep the faith right through goodbye. Don't you ever break your stride and walk on, walk on. Nothing ever stays wrong that long. Walk on, walk on. Don't just stand there in the storm. Walk toward the light till you find the sun, and you'll be better off in the long run. Walk on. Walk on, walk on. Nothing ever stays wrong that long. Walk on, walk on. Don't just stand there in the storm. Walk toward the light till you find the sun, and you'll be better off in the long run. Walk on, walk on, walk on. Walk on, walk on, walk
I hope the days come easy and the moments pass slow, and each road leads you where you wanna go. And if you're faced with a choice and you have to choose, I hope you choose the one that means the most to you. And if one door opens to another door closed, I hope you keep on walking till you find the window. If it's cold outside, show the world the warmth of your smile. But more than anything, more than anything, my wish for you is that this life becomes all that you want it to. Your dreams stay big, your worries stay small. You never need to carry more than you can hold. And while you're out there getting where you're getting to, I hope you know somebody loves you and wants the same things too. Yeah, this is my wish. I hope you never look back, but you never forget all the ones who love you in the place you left. I hope you always forgive and you never regret, and you help somebody every chance you get. Oh, you find God's grace in every mistake, and always give more than you take. But more than anything, yeah, more than anything, my wish for you is that this life becomes all that you want it to. Your dreams stay big, your worries stay small. You never need to carry more than you can hold. And while you're out there getting where you're getting to, I hope you know somebody loves you and wants the same things too. Yeah, this is that this life becomes all that you wanted to. Your dreams stay big, your worries stay small. You never need to carry more than you can hold. And while you're out there getting where you're getting to, I hope you know somebody loves you and wants the same things too. Yeah, this is my wish. This is my wish. I hope you know somebody loves you. May all your dreams stay big.
It's the capital city of the USA.
It's not.
The city I swore I would see for myself one day.
But you've actually been to New York before?
Yes. No, but I have seen Home Alone 2 quite a few times.
You serious?
There's pizza for breakfast. There's steam in the air. It's candy, not sweets, and the streets are called sidewalks there. My town, where everyone has an apartment to spare with a skyline view, where even improbable dreams come true, where everything comes with a smile, a high five, and a side of cheese. I'm down on my knees.
That's our train.
New York, I'm already talking the talk in New York. I'm already popping the cork, cause I'm ready. I'm ready to be in New York. Are they ready? Are they ready for me in New York? Is that Times Square?
Nope, that's Queens.
Awesome. She's called the Big Apple. No one knows why, but she's my kind of town and I'm her kind of street smart guy. I'll stroll up a Broadway, I'll order a beer, I'll scream at the Statue of Liberty, hey lady, I'm walking here. My home, the city of stories where everything's 70 stories high, where everyone kisses their blues goodbye. The cinema city I've waited the whole of my life to see. Are you talking to me?
Nope.
New York, I'm already talking the talk in New York. I'm already popping the cork cause I'm ready. I'm ready to be in New York. Are they ready? Are you ready for me in New York?
I'm just gonna...
It's the city of angels. It's the city of sin. It's the city of immigrants, buddy. I'll fit right in. The land of the brave, the home of the free, the Liberty City where even my father wants to hang out with me. Home, there's snow in the city tomorrow to see it come twinkling down, and that's why they all call it Tinsel Town. There's hundreds of thousands of people just living the dream out there, and there's a love in the air.
Okay, we're about to leave the train and then we're gonna be in New York.
Yes.
You're not gonna freak out?
No. New York, I'm already talking the talk in New York. I'm already popping the cork cause I'm ready. I'm ready to be in New York. Are they ready? Are they ready for me in New York for 2 whole days? I'll literally be in New York. NYC, JFK, FBI, CAAC, I'm already talking the talk and I'm ready. I'm ready to be in New York. Yes, I'm ready. Is it ready for me? Are they ready for me? Are you ready for me in New York?
I've heard it said that people come into our lives for a reason, bringing something we must learn, and we are led us most to grow if we let them, and we help them in return. Well, I don't know if I believe that's true, but I know I'm who I am today because I knew you. Like a comet pulled from orbit as it passes a sun, like a stream that meets a boulder halfway through the wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? But because I knew you, I have been changed for good. It well may be that we will never meet again in this lifetime. So let me say before we part, so much of me is made of what I learned from you. You'll be with me like a handprint on my heart. And now whatever way our stories end, I know you have rewritten mine by being my friend. Like a ship blown from its mooring by a wind off the sea, like a seed dropped by a skybird in a distant wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? But because I knew you, because I knew you, I have been changed for good. And just to clear the air, I ask forgiveness for the things I've done you blame me for. But then I guess we know there's blame to share, and none of it seems to matter anymore. Like a comet pulled from orbit as it passes by a wind off the sea, like a stream that meets a boulder halfway through the wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? I do believe I have been changed for the better. And because I knew you, because I knew you, because I knew you, I have been changed for good.
Thanks, Jason. We have been changed better. We've been changed for the good. Tyler Johnson will be missed, but he'll never truly be gone if he's remembered in your hearts and minds. So think of Tyler, talk about him, and fondly remember those times that he touched your heart in some way. Continue to share stories about Tyler afterwards or in the days or weeks to come. The family would like to thank all of you for attending this celebration of Tyler's life, either here in person or through our live streaming. And thank you to all those that helped make this celebration of Tyler's life an event to really show that Tyler was a big deal. As you leave from here, I know you want to visit a little bit, but as you can see, there's a few people here. Just a couple. Which means there's probably about 5,000 cars outside. So visit when you can a little bit, but please make your way to your cars and we'll exit so we can make sure that we get the family and friends out of here that want to get moving on to the next, or if somebody's got an appointment to get to. So thank you so much for coming here and showing Tyler's family that he truly was a big deal. Because they did see the standing ovation, by the way. I'd like to offer up this poem, A Life Well Lived, as our final tribute to Tyler. And it goes like this. A life well lived is a precious gift of hope and strength and grace from someone who has made our world a brighter, better place. It's filled with moments sweet and sad, with smiles and sometimes tears, and friendships formed and good times shared, and laughter through the years. A life well loved is a legacy of joy and pride and pleasure, a living, lasting memory our grateful hearts will treasure. Tyler's life was shorter than we could have imagined, but he lived a life that we will remember in our hearts and in our minds. Tyler's legacy will be remembered as a life filled with love, and for the time he had, a life well lived. Tyler was a successful person because he was kind of a big deal. As we exit from here, please say your own goodbyes and prayers for Tyler and his family. And once again, thank you for being here to share in this celebration of his life and giving your time and attention, and for you at the back, your leg strength. Thank you.